from the Newsroom. I'm your host, Cynthia Wallman. Let's talk Red Hawks. How many times have you been in a rush after class and you came out to your car to find that DPS has left a little surprise on your windshield? Well, that's what this week's story is all about. Here's the inside scoop from Arrow reporter Alex Barton.
So a lot of students don't realize that you could park in an area that you have a pass for, but if you don't read the signs, then it's like a common mistake that people make. And the main thing is that a lot of students just if they just paid more attention to it, then they wouldn't have any problem. And that's what a lot of students come in for, is because they think that they might have had been falsely ticketed, but they really just didn't understand what they paid for their pass.
Alex spoke with representatives from the Department of Public Safety to get their perspective on parking at Southeast.
There's a formula, an industry standard for determining how many parking permits you can put into a parking lot. So for example, a residence hall parking lot, the industry says you can accommodate 1.2 to 1.5 permits per space. That doesn't work at Southeast. We fall a little lower than that. Could be the size of our parking lots, but mostly it's just the personality of our community. Our resident students don't really tend to go a lot. They're here and they stay.
Alex also sat down with Southeast students to hear about their experiences with parking tickets and the best way to avoid those pesky little slips of paper.
Just understand that in the morning, they can start ticketing as early as 7:45. So if you want to go move your car early in the morning or sit in your car until after they've done their first check, then you can probably afford to leave your car there for a good few hours until they do another sweep.
I think there's a couple of creative solutions that students found. I think one is that they put, if they've already had a ticket, they'll take one and they'll put it on their car, like if they're in a space they're not supposed to be in. And some students that don't even have a ticket, they might use like a receipt from like McDonald's or something, and they'll stick it there so it looks like they've had a ticket. Another is that they'll park next to a meter, but they won't pay the meter because they think or they know, claim to know that they won't ticket them anyway. So I think that's about it.
Well, that's all for this week, Red Hawks. Stay tuned for a brand new episode of From the Newsroom every Saturday at noon. Check out Alex's full story and new content on the Arrow's website and social medias. For the Southeast Arrow, I'm Cynthia Wallman.